Hi guys, this is Sparklemcy here in the second video of our Redstone tutorials, and today we are going to learn about different types of output blocks. So the five that we are going to learn today are about pistons, lamps. Okay, this is an input block, but never mind. Uh, droppers and dispensers. This is a redstone block, and doors, trapdoors. So the first thing we'll be seeing is about pistons and how to power them. As you can see here, there are many ways to power up a piston. So this is the first method, and this is the second method, third method. But as you can see here, and we saw that there were two varieties of pistons there. One was the normal piston and the other was the sticky piston. So the one on the top is the sticky piston and the one on the bottom is a normal piston. So the difference between them both is, if I were to turn them on and off again, the sticky piston would pull back its block, but the normal piston would just leave the block there. So as I told you before, redstone currents cannot pass through blocks, so thus this does not get powered. But if you see here, it does get powered. And similarly here, when it's directly connected to the block, then it gets powered. But if it continues onto a wire, the wire does not get powered. And then the next one is about the positioning of the wires. As you can see here, the way the wires are positioned, the ends are not connected to the pistons at all, although it is next to it. So to see how we can fix this, even now it's not connected, but if I were to break this one, it gets connected. Similarly, again it gets connected. But now, as it's not connected, it's not getting powered up. This is one strange behavior of redstone. And the next one is redstone lamps. As you can see here, this torch is not powering the lamp it's on itself, but it's not even powering any other block. But if you see here, if we attach it to a normal block and we keep the redstone lamps around it, you can see what are the blocks that are getting powered and what are the blocks that are not. Blocks that are immediately in contact, they are getting powered up, and if it powers this block, it powers the blocks around it. So you can see this T-shaped, this one gets powered, this one, and almost no other diagonals are getting powered. And these lamps can also be powered on directly by a redstone block. And now let's move on to the redstone block itself. Just like torches, the power of the redstone block cannot transfer through walls, but it goes on normally. And the redstone block can be pushed by pistons. So if I were to keep a redstone block here, as you can see now, it's like an infinite loop of redstone power. But if I break one of them, everything goes back to natural. Let's see that again. So the redstone block can be pushed, but a torch cannot be pushed. It will just break if you try to push it. And plus, okay, yeah. So if I push the torch, so if I push the torch, as you can see, the torch has broken and it has fallen off. And yeah, sticky piston, non-sticky piston. And the next is about droppers and dispensers. So what these do is they fire out anything that's inside them. So if it's an item, for example a block of sandstone, it drops them out. So I can just go and collect it. But there is a small difference when it comes to droppers and dispensers. A drop, when it contains an arrow, the dropper will just drop the arrow, but the dispenser will shoot it. So that's the arrow of the dispenser, and this is the arrow of a dropper. It just does not apply to only arrows, but to any other projectile, even water buckets. So if I had two water buckets, okay, this is unintended. Okay, so as you can see, the dispenser just threw out the water bucket, but sorry, the dropper just threw out the water bucket, but the dispenser actually created a water bucket there, a water block there. Similarly, if I were to power it up another time with an empty bucket inside it, this is what it would do. It would pull out the water and just put it back into the bucket. And then now it's finally about doors and trapdoors. So as you can see here, trapdoors can be powered from any side, provided they are connected to the block. As you can see here, this redstone block is not exactly connected to these four. How? I'll explain later. But here, as you can see, as they are connected, they get powered up because they all are attached to the same block. The lower four, their edges are attached to the center block, while the upper one, its bottom is attached to here. So this is how it gets powered on and off. And as you can see here, there are two spots where you can put a trapdoor on a block itself. One is the lower one and one is the upper one. Both of them are connected to this sandstone block, and they are not getting powered because it's not the same block. But it can be powered when you connect it using a redstone wire, and this time it does not have to be pointing towards it. And yeah, that's all for today. Oh, no, wait, yeah, not yet. And finally, it's just doors. It just works similar to trapdoors, as you can see here. Provided they are attached to that block, they'll work. And as you can see here, although this redstone block is touching every single block, it does not get powered. But when I am pointing at the block, similar to pistons and dispensers that we saw, only then they are getting powered. So that's it. Thanks. Please like and subscribe for more such videos.